How's it going? My name is Joe. The focus of this video is actually going to be about my experience with type of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. It's a blood cancer, and I've been recently diagnosed with it. I'm a 71-year-old male. I'm a runner, avid runner, and I love lifting weights. I've been doing it for like 40 some years. And then in August of this year, 2025, I noticed that my races, I've run races from the distance of 1 mile to marathons, and I couldn't finish a 3 mile run without having to stop and catch my breath. And I thought that was odd, but I thought maybe it was age related, 71, not as fast as it used to be, need to take a break. Then in October, I was watching a football game and I just kind of reached up. I don't know, I was frustrated with a play or something, and I felt right here actually. It was swollen and painful, and and it was odd, right above my collarbone. That was October the 13th. On the 14th, I called my doctor. On the 15th, I came in to see him. He examined me, and I was able to get an ultrasound the next day. On the 16th, got a CT scan, and then on the 17th, I got a biopsy, and by the time the results came back, it was November 3rd, and they had seen that there was what they called the DLBCL, the diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. I saw an oncologist the very next day, just a quick down and dirty, hi, oncologist, I see you got your lab results. You've got non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. There's some clinical trials. We need to do a couple other tests, blood tests. I needed to get an echo of my heart, because if we're going to pursue a treatment with chemotherapy, some of the chemotherapies are kind of hard on the heart. So we want to make sure that your heart can withstand that. And then I had to get set up for a PET scan, which actually shows it's like a radioactive sugar, and cells that like to reproduce really fast, like cancer cells, will eat up that sugar and they'll light up on that PET scan pretty fast. So we had to make sure that where all the cancer was, whether it was restricted to my neck, did it go anywhere else? And that would dictate what treatment you would have. I mean, and there's 4 stages. 1 and 2 stays above the diaphragm. 3 and 4 are above the diaphragm and below the diaphragm, and that would dictate what treatment you would have. So when the PET scan results came back, it was read by a radiologist. It showed that it was above and below the diaphragm, made it stage 3. Stage 4 is if any of those cells got outside the lymphatic system and went into an organ like kidneys, the adrenal glands, the testes, anywhere else but that, and then that would be stage 4. And luckily, I'm stage 3, and there is a pretty good treatment for that. I'm going to be, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But as soon as I got that, and the doc was now talking about treatment plan, and let's set up for a schedule, I asked him, and I said, I'd like to get a second opinion. And any doctor that doesn't want you to get a second opinion, you need another doctor. He was totally cool with it. He says, yep, I got it. I got some people if you would like to go and see them. I had already contacted another cancer center and set that up. And I got that for the following week. And he got all the test results that my original oncologist had. And he came up with the same game plan. So I was confident that we're on the same page, and so I'm going to go to my original oncologist to begin treatment, which is going to be this week, December the 4th, Thursday, 8:30 a.m. I'll get more into that a little bit later. So we got the test results, we got the second opinion, everything's cool, and the treatment plan is going to be, it's called Pola-R-CHP, polatuzumab, with some rituximab, with cyclophosphamide, doxorubicin, and prednisone. And prednisone is on there to help with side effects, mostly, and inflammation and all that kind of stuff. And you're only on prednisone for 5 days. That's an oral, it's a tablet. First day of your treatment, first day 1 through 5, you take it. And then after that, you're done with that. and then you just try to get on with your life and manage the side effects, which I will be explaining to you what mine were. Again, everybody's different. Everyone gets these meds, and some get some side effects, some get none, some get all of them. So we'll figure that out a little bit later. Okay. From the start of my first visit with my primary care till my very first treatment, which will be Thursday, it took 7 weeks, which is kind of fast and long at the same time. I mean, it was like it was pretty crazy. My wife and I, we were both all over the top, 24/7, reading everything we could, YouTube videos, articles, anything, and we became quite knowledgeable about the treatment plan. And the reason for this video is because there wasn't a whole lot of patient experience with this particular disease type of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, as well as the type of chemotherapy. A lot of docs talking about it, but not a lot of patients talking about it. So I thought maybe I'd throw my hat in there and try to help where I can. And it's kind of helping me too, so I appreciate anybody who's listening and commenting. It's good. So every 3 weeks, I'm going to go and get my chemo regimen for 6 cycles, they're called. So a total of 18 weeks. So here it is, December. I'll be done hopefully without any hitch around mid-April. And we'll see how it goes from there. Along the way, each time I have a cycle, I'm going to explain what I'm experiencing. That's all I can do. All this is new for me, so it might be new for you too. So I'll share what I can. All right. So this is part 1, all the preliminary stuff, and part 2 will start when I get my treatment on Thursday. I'll tell you what I experienced at the clinic and when I come home. And some days there's not going to be very eventful, so I won't do anything on those days, but I'll try to summarize the things that I've experienced, and we'll go from there. I appreciate your time. If you want to leave a comment, I will look at comments and I'll answer whatever I can as fast as I can. And we'll go through this together. All right. You guys take care and have a great holiday season. Okay.